Hi, Bridget. I hope this message finds you doing well. Thanks for taking a few minutes to watch this video. I will be speaking quickly. You can always replay it or review it again to make sure that I'm speaking English and not some foreign language. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and dive in. As you can tell here, you already know that your URL that we're working on your website, you should have received this via email already. And then what you can do is then just type in WP, if I can type correctly, P admin, and here I go. And then that'll take you to a login page. If you'd like, I can put a button down on the bottom that just says login, then you can click on that. So if you'd like, just mention it to me and I'll add that for you. With that being said, you're here at your login page. Your username was sent to you, so Bridget, and then your phone number was sent to you. So let me think for a minute. Your phone number, your password was sent to you. Just one second. Almost there. Thank you for your patience. Go ahead and you can save this on your computer. Remember me, so it'll log in right away. Go ahead and click log in. Again, your username and password should have been sent to you already. And the URL, you knew how to get to that. So we're not going to set up two-factor authentication. That would mean every time you logged in that you'd get a text message. You'd have to enter in a code. But I've got other security on your website that should be good enough for us now at this time. Anyway, with that being said, now we're actually logged into the back end of your website. Don't get overwhelmed with this. There's only certain areas that you're actually going to be working in. Down here, down this left side, is what we call the dashboard. Across the top here, this is called a shortcut bar. All of the shortcuts here are somewhere underneath these different flyouts, or if you clicked on them, you would get these different menus under these different areas. Most of them, again, you will not be dealing with, having to do anything with them. But what I want to show you is one of the areas that you will be working with as I go down this list is you will be working with products. So you can see you can get to products here, or you can also get to what we call Woo products here. This is a shortcut way to get to all of the different pages that we have already created. I'm sorry, all the different products that we've already created for you. But if you go here this way, you can see here you can add new, or you can have your products in categories, and then tags. You can add some additional information to the different products, and then we can talk more about attributes later. But what I'd like to do is bring your attention to here and click on all products. I could have also gone up here to the Woo products and clicked on view all products. Would take me to this same type of page, same page. You can see here, there's 13 products that are currently active. They're published. There's 12 in the trash. I'll clear those out. Those were some practice ones or came in with the theme. And then what I'd like to show you here is there's already some information that's added. Categories are here. You want to make sure that all of your stuff are put into different categories. This will help you to display and to promote different products using categories. And tags are things that you also want to be adding to all of your different products. And I'll show you how to do that because, again, those are additional information that your potential customers will be using to look for your different products. We can go over the rest of this a little bit later on. Some of these colors are like for search engine optimization and stuff, but what I'd like to show you here is you can either click on the word itself or the product title itself, or click edit, or you could click Beaver Builder. The edit and the Beaver Builder take you to two different places. So let's click on the title itself, and I'll show you. This will take you, I believe, to the back end. That's what it does. This is the same as if you had clicked edit. And this is considered the back end of the page. The page, okay, but even though we're working on a product for our conversation here, you can see that the name of the product is called Freshwater Fiber Yarn. And you can't really see anything because we're really looking at the back end of the page, or product. With that being said, this is where you do add some information. You can see here, you can add your regular price and then a sale price. And I think you said you probably don't want to have products on sale. So I would just get rid of that. And now there won't be a sale price advertised. and that was right. It collapsed on me, so you can see here. So you can see it again. There we go. You see that there's toggle buttons with these drop-down menus. So don't get confused if you lost something. I don't know why it went away on me, but it did. But with that being said, your price is already set for 35. Your regular price will still show up there because there. Oh, I'm sorry. What I need to do is make a regular price 35, and leave it at that. So there. Now I just almost made a mistake. You would have corrected me, but that's settled there. And I think that there's an update or publish, which we'll do right here in a second, but not just yet. What I also want to show you is on this back end of the page is where you can enter in your product short description. And as you look at your products from the front side of the website, you'll see what the product short descriptions are. And then up here, you actually have the ability to enter in, again, the snippets that we talked about before that will actually show up under when someone does a search for some of your different products. You have the chance to actually edit and customize that. Please don't mess with the slugs at this time. That ties into your URL. But here you can see your meta description. You can add a description a little bit about freshwater yarn made 5 times a year, by hand. It's a 10-hour process, whatever else you want to add a few words here. And then for editing your snippet, you can just go ahead and click here. Oh, that actually does go right into your snippet area. So the other thing I wanted to show you was your product image. That is important also to show up. You could remove that one or go ahead and click here and then go and take it either to your media library, or you can upload new photos into your media library, but you've already got a decent number of photos already in your library. We already have the picture of the sheep, I believe, there, so we won't bother changing that. But these are files or media files that have photos, drawings, images that have already been uploaded to your media library. I know I'm going very quickly, but again, you can watch this video more than one time to fully grasp it and then start playing around. But and when I come up next time, I'll meet with you if you'd like. Also, no problem, which will be later on, 2 weeks from today. Anyway, the alternative text, you do want to add a little bit of information. I'll just tell you briefly, just 2, 3, 4 words about what this is. So since this is yarn, handheld yarn, whatever it's called, the hand spun yarn, just maybe add those words about it, whatever else you wanted to say. Here, your title is whatever the title was. So it might be Lucy wearing a blue hat, whereas your alternative text might be wool hat on person, or whatever, that would be an example. And so you do want to add alternative text. You do want to add a title, because this title here is no good for search engines, and it doesn't help for people who use readers or have visual aids when they're surfing the internet. And then you don't need to add a caption. You can, but probably right now don't worry about that. The caption shows up underneath the photo. It's not usually visible unless you want it to be. But for now, probably don't bother adding captions. And a description, you do want to add maybe a sentence or 2 sentences. My friend wearing a blue cap that I made out of merino wool in last year. That's great. That's a great description. And then what you could do then is, you set your product image, and now I just changed that. And what I also want to show you down here is you can add products to your product gallery. Now, the product that we're talking about, again, to remind you, is that we were talking about this freshwater fiber yarn, if you see right here on your screen. We have not launched Beaver Builder yet to look at the front end of the page. We are only dealing with the back side of the page at this time. I showed you already how to do adding some snippets that'll show up here. I mentioned to you about changing the price, regular price, sale price. That's done there. Your short description goes here, and when we look at the front side, you'll see where that appears. Well, I already showed you how to change the product image. What you also we're going to go here for your product gallery, and then I'll show you some other stuff. But your product gallery will show up along with your product image. So if you click here, we will right back to your media library. And again, you can select more than one item by doing that. At least I thought that you could. Let me hold it. Yes. Hold down the control button on your keyboard, and you can select more than one item. And then again, you need to add alternative text and a title and a description. So let me repeat that: alternative text, title, and description. You don't need to worry about a caption at this time. And then go ahead and hit add to gallery. And you can see those are showing up here in the product gallery. The product, again, that we're working with is this freshwater fiber yarn. When we look at it on the front end, I'll show you where these photos are now going to appear. And what I also want to show you is that you can add product categories and tags. And categories, people may search for clothing, they may search for livestock, they may search for raw wool, so that those are three different categories. You may be able to think of white or black, could be a category, or it could also be a tag. But with that being said, I added a couple categories. They may not be accurate. You can add or delete them, whatever you want to do. But as you have different products, or you can go through your current products, you should put them in the right category just by clicking them or adding a new category. And then same thing with tags. It's good to have those because people will search for a wool merino sweater or a wool merino hat. Those are examples. And there's socks. I don't know if I added hat in there or not, but you can do that. Yeah, I don't see hat. So, you click new category, then put hat. Or clothing, that would be another one. So you click add new category, clothing. Okay, I'm going to move on because what I wanted to show you was what this looks from the front end, because again, we changed this photo, we changed the product gallery, and why don't we go ahead and click update before we do anything else. So it's the same thing as saving it, but it's actually pushing it up onto the website and the internet. And this video is getting a little long, but I'm going to ask you to hang in there with me while we just do three more things maybe. We can look at the preview changes real fast, so that's fine to do. We're only doing a quick preview if it'll load quickly. Here's the freshwater yarn product that we were talking about. And this page is still loading because we added all those photos to the gallery. Here they are. That's what took a little bit longer for this to load. But you can see that we need to work on the margins a little bit here, padding. But here is the one photo of your hat. Those other images were already there. And then we added those to your product gallery. Probably too many, to be quite frank. So you'll need to delete those. Probably just a couple of photos per for your product in your product gallery for each product. And then here's your description. And again, this is different. The short description will show up one place, whereas your more detailed, longer description will show up elsewhere. So let me see if I can get out of this. So please let me help me out. Help me out. There we go. Back to here. Okay, so that opened up a new tab. So I'm just going to close that tab. Go back to here where we're at with the launching Beaver Builder. So here we are, freshwater yarn. We're back where we were. I had clicked preview changes. And before we do this launch Beaver Builder, I'm going to end this video and thank you for hanging in there. And I'm going to pick up on the next video here in a second. So thanks so much. Bye.